Hi and welcome to this Maui Windsurf Distribution video on clip lines. Now we've got one video which introduces what they're all about, but this video is a tutorial on exactly how you guys fit your clip lines. Now the first thing is, clip lines use the American system for measuring the line, which measures from this end around and back in inches. Okay, now if you use Dakine or Ion, they use the same system. So for instance, if you use 28-inch lines Ion, then these use the same method to measure the line. Okay, and with Dakines tend to be a little short, so if they say 26, they tend to be 24-inch, but it's the measurement around there. So that's the first thing. So the next thing what we're going to do is I'm going to remove these and show you how to fit your clip lines. Okay, so now we come to fit the lines. If you notice in the packet, you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So 5 clips. So you have one spare. So that's just something to bear in mind. They're very good. And on the lines, here we have it. And first of all, you have markings 26 to 34. Okay, and what we have is in between, we have clip, and then 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Okay, so here are the measurements, and the same thing this side. So the first thing we need to do, get your boom the right way round and put the clips on so you're able to read clip across here. One on there, one on there. Take your line and you feed it up through the front underneath here, okay, and feed it a fair way through, because we're going to set it at about 28. So feed it all the way, and then what you need to do is double back on it and feed it back down the back of the boom. So point it, so we just go in at the bottom, and it will tend to want to grip like so, okay, but don't worry so much about that. And then what you're looking at here, we're going to set it at 28, so we've got the little marks 26, 27, so we want to get this up so it's 28. Now I know through experience 28 is basically, and this is where you've got a fair bit of juggling, so don't be put off, is if you juggle this about, you want to get that tooth there against that shoulder there. Okay, once you've got that, the front is set, then you need to set the back, and I'm pulling this down at the back. If I swing this now round here, you can see that shoulder coming in against the back there. Okay, slip your elastic over. Doesn't matter if it's not got a lot of tension on it, it doesn't need a lot of tension on it. And then take the clip and just bed it in place. And what will basically happen is you can see the shoulder holding on the front here, and if we turn that round to the back, the shoulder holding on the back there. Now that measurement is for 28, and as you can see, I'll actually point out 28 is actually on the end of my finger here, so it's just over half an inch over. Okay, so if we were to set this as 28, which would come in exactly the same, okay, if you actually take the measurement around there, which I have actually done, you actually have got about a 28.5 inch line length. You may go, that's not perfect, but bearing in mind with Dakine, if you have a 26-inch indicated line, you actually have a 24, and with Ion they are slightly longer than they indicate, so don't worry too much about that. So with 26-inch lines, that's all you do, feed up and feed out. 28-inch lines, the same, getting the shoulder in there and the shoulder in there. Let me just show you again quickly how we do this side. So we feed it up through the front, feed it all the way up, and then push out the clip at the back and feed it all the way down, all the way in. And that's the difficult bit, okay? You've got to keep those teeth off at the back. And then we have the first shoulder, line the first shoulder up like so. Look, that's nice and lined up there. There's 28, so it's just above the 28, and then pulling this back cord and pulling it up like so. You saw the clip in, put your lines in, turn this round this way, and look, you've seen the shoulder clicking underneath there. So here we have nice adjustable lines, and they will hold all day long. Now if you want to go with 30-inch lines, it gets a little more complicated, because if you set the lines up for 30, which I'll quickly do. Okay, so we've got 28, 29, 30. So 30 is with this tooth just this side of the clip. If I push my lines down there, right, the best I'm going to do is that clip in like that, because one of the teeth is actually under there. So, and the problem with that is as soon as this pulls up, it actually slips, as you can see. All right, and it slips until the tooth comes round and grips on there. Now once that's gripping that, it won't go any further. So that's why what you actually have to do to achieve 30-inch lines is you have to go with one end, you actually go with 31, and with one end you go, it's actually 31 and a half, and one end you go 28, and it actually gives you 30-inch lines. So so what you actually do is, we've actually set this one up. This says 31 here, and the dot for 32 is just under there. So actually I've now set this for 32-inch lines here. Shoulder against there, shoulder against the back. So that's correct, the two shoulders are on. So with this one now, I've now got 28-inch lines. I haven't had to adjust that. So if you've got 28 that side and 32 that side, it means that you've got 30 altogether. If we want to go 32, not many people use 32s. Again, what we'll actually do is slip these back the next one. So we push it back. It's sometimes a little awkward. I might actually pull them all the way out and then go back down. Where's 32? 32 is there. So we want, if it's there, we want, again, the shoulder, the tooth here against there. If it's not against there, it will slip. So get the shoulder against the top there, then pull the back of the clip out, then push it down the back, holding the clip out. The critical thing is hold your thumb to hold the clip out, and then take hold of this and pull it round. Right, so we now want to get 32, so we want to pull that up so it meets the clip like so. So there, clip and shoulder, put the elastic over, and then just give it a tug. Is the back in against the shoulder? Yes, it is. The shoulder's up against the back. So that's 32. Just to show you again, unclip it from the back, push it up. We're going to pull it all the way out just for ease sake, just so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so 32 is there. And what you're looking for is the indicator needs to show just under this shoulder here. So 32 is there. And if we get 32 to line up under there, it means, look, the shoulder there is up against it. So we then hold that clip in with our thumb, pull the back of the clip out, and feed it down the back. Like so, holding the clip out. And once we've got it roughly in position, we then realign these clips, the shoulders. They're the things which critically hold the thing tight. I need to edge around a little bit. Like so. So the front shoulder's on there. Pull that so it's tight. Put your elastic round like that. So the front shoulder's on. We always go to the back. The back shoulder's on. Okay, there you have 32-inch lines. So that's how you get 26, 28, 30 by using 32 and 28, and 32 on there. And the main thing is these shoulders should always be up against this edge of the clip and up against that edge of the clip. Once you've done it a few times, it actually gets very easy. But the first time, just spend a bit of time doing it. Ideally, they should be taken off and stored so they're straight. I don't. I leave mine on all the time. But other than that, fantastic lines. They really are very good indeed. Any questions, call 08700 347 414. Okay, so now we have our complete set of lines put on there. Super easy to do, as you've seen, just making sure that the shoulders sit behind either side there. I've got my lines set for 30 inches, which basically means I put them at 28 this side and 32 this side, which gives me a 30 inch, about 30 and a half. But the great features of these lines, let's just go over them once again. One, you can put them on and off dead easily. So if you've got a Mr. and Mrs. using the same boom, one uses 28, one uses 32, just adjust them. It's so easy, it's so quick. The second thing is when you're coming on the water, we all have it, you get on the water and the next thing you're moving them up and down. With the old Velcro ones, it's like, and it just completely scuffs up the boom. These, look, no damage at all. Just move it up and down. Because they're not relying upon grip on here, it's easy to move them up and down. The next thing is swinging lines. Just swing them out. I like my lines there, so they hang out and they stay out. These do. There's none of this up, in and out. You can just swing it to the angle and get them to swing out or in exactly how you want. You can even get them to kick out just by putting your hand on there, because this doesn't have a tight grip on it. Okay, next thing is they're UV resistant, so all the sunshine in the world, these will not lose their strength. They're there, they don't deter like webbing. How many times have you been on harness lines where the harness lines gives away and at 30 knots you're off the back, and it's not very nice. So these don't have that. And with these twin lines here, in fact when we tested them we actually cut one of these lines and then went out sailing on a 4.7, made absolutely no difference whatsoever. So huge amounts of strength, but you've got that security of having double strength there. So if you want to, you can trim these out if you know you're going to be the same length every time. No problem, providing you've got the shoulder behind there, that's absolutely fine. And let's not forget, we have a spare clip if you were to lose one or anything like that. Other than that, one last thing is, of course, they come in all these fantastic colours: red, black, green and blue. So you can even match up your lines to your wetsuit, to your boom, to your sail, whatever. That's clip lines. Any other questions? Give us a shout.